pro, slow roll, never fold. Slow roll, never fold. Slow roll, never fold.
Raise it up. Raise it up.
Chat Pro.
Hello, chat, and welcome to the pregame show for Max Payne Monday. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Who's ready for the pain today? We have a nice pregame show. We have Poker Bunny coming up. We have DJ Washburn. We have DK, and we have a fourth very special guest that will come in about an hour. So let's get DK. DK is getting mic'd up. We're gonna go over some hands with the Max Payne Monday GOAT himself, DK. I can think of no one better to open up the first Max Payne Monday pregame show than DK. Come on in here, DK.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Raven?
Good. Put that on.
Oh, okay.
Just the head part. Yep. There you go.
I have that one.
Perfect.
Is that how it goes?
That's how it goes.
All right, I can hear you.
Yep. Have a seat. So, the Max Payne Monday GOAT himself, DK. How are you doing tonight?
Oh my God, I think I couldn't feel any better today than any other show that I played, and it's just because of DJAF. I'm gonna go after him because I gave him a lot of money last
After the show?
week. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about that. So a lot of times the show ends and, you know, DJF is up 5,000, you're up 5,000, you're down 5,000 or whatever, but those results are almost meaningless because then you guys play until 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, even more.
Even more. Yeah. I was with you guys once playing until like 5 or 6 in the morning. The sun was up.
So insane.
It's so insane. And that's when all the big hands happen.
It's just, you know, I think for me, Max Payne Monday is for fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely fun. I'm not playing there for winning or losing.
But you know he is, though.
Yes.
Does that sometimes give you weird feelings when you take a big win from him, or is it just, it's competitive? He signed up for this, right?
Yes. I don't mind him winning because I know I can get him back after the show. Because, you know, maybe. It happens a few times that...
I've seen you guys involved, and there's been several times after the show when we've said, why aren't the cameras on? This is insane.
They should let it run. Just... You know, let it run. They can see what's going on.
Because there's zero accountability. I think that's actually part of it, is that the cameras are off. Now it's like, let's just play. Let's go crazy, right?
It goes crazy.
Yeah, it goes crazy because there's no one watching. There's no one to say, hey, that was messed up. You shouldn't have done that. So now suddenly you're all in blind. He's all in blind. I mean, it's just gamble.
It's just that's the gambling start, you know.
Yeah, that's when the gambling starts.
Max Payne Monday is like fun, and then gambling start after Max Payne Monday. But it's fun, you know. I enjoy this. As you know, I play in a house game too sometimes. Yeah, and
tell me about, we don't have to talk about the size of the game or anything like that, but you were involved in a game recently that went crazy, right? There was a crazy game. You've been telling me about this game. What was the big hand that you got out on? Tell me about that hand. We don't have to talk about the numbers or anything like that, but just the hand.
I flopped the set, and repot. It was Omaha.
Yeah.
And turn comes in. I made a full house. Pot, repot, all in, and river. The guy made a quads. And I had him all the way. He just got lucky on the.
This pot was so significant to you because I've never heard you retelling the story of a pot as many times as this one. I bet you I heard DK telling this story like to 10 different people, right?
It's just, you know, some of the hands, it really stick into your mind.
Yeah, this was one of them. This is one where you're losing sleep.
Go away. No matter what you do, how much of thinking about it, you know, like I should have done that. It doesn't matter what it is. It just makes it worse and worse. Just you have to learn how to let it go and go the next day. You know, and there's always a game. You know.
So let's
It was
review-
fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun,
Yeah, it was
right? So, but that's the key though, is that it was fun, and to you, poker is fun, right?
You
It
know
is not. You're not playing poker to make money. You are playing to
We
put on
are.
a show to have fun.
Exactly. You know, when we play at home game, we're just playing for fun of it.
Yeah.
None of us, you know, that we play in that game, we need the money. Whether win or lose, it doesn't matter. X
Right.
amount of money. None of us need that money. We're just there to have fun, you know, gather together, drinks, you know, a joke, you know, but you know, stuff. That's all about it. But Max Payne Monday, it's fun. I really enjoy this show with you guys. You know.
Well, we enjoy having you, and it's
Yeah,
just. It's been such a treat, and you know, I don't know if you realize this, but for the last 3 weeks on the show, you finished north of the Keating line, which is 70% VPIP. You've
I
been
know.
above.
I'm trying to.
Okay,
beat
so I'd
DJAF.
like to make it 4 in a row.
Yeah, well, I'm going
You have to. I mean, last time it was a squeaker. I think you finished at 71%.
I think it was 71, yeah.
Yeah. So I was worried. I was like, he's not going to drop below.
No, I'm gonna probably do the
All
same.
right.
Yeah,
The chat pros
if
want
not
it.
more. I can't play 80%. I'm gonna try.
You're going to try.
I'm gonna try.
80% would be legendary.
That's like every other
It's
hand.
interesting how different 80% is than 70% because
Oh
you
my
seem
God,
to
it's so-
naturally hit 70.
You need to at least play, you know, every hand to get 80%.
It seems like you're
Because
doing
the
that.
other 20% that I'm not playing, I probably either
No, you're
smoke
having a cigarette. Yeah, you're having a cigarette. I'm like,
cigarette,
this
I'm
is
going to
hurting
the
your
restroom and
VPIP
have
because
dinner.
you get up from the
But
table
yeah.
to have a cigarette.
It's like-
I think you missed a full rotation last week, and you still finished at 70%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm trying to do 80%. Cut probably a couple of cigarettes. during the
Yeah.
show.
You have to go
I
and like
probably can hit it.
speed.
Yeah, go
Uh-huh.
get a couple of hits and
All
come
right.
back soon.
My guy. All right, so we're gonna take a look at a couple hands here.
Oh my God.
This first one, you're not gonna like this first one. I'm just gonna say that, okay? You're not gonna like this. This is you against DJ Washburn. Ryan, this is number 6, okay? All right, let's play it.
$1 million guaranteed, which is just absurd. The biggest ever in live poker history. Visit WPTglobal.com to sign up and use code YT81.
Ice cream, wow.
Oh,
Look at that, you got it all. Good deal.
and ice cream.
330.
The only place to bump us. Yeah, right? Oh, DK, you're only playing when you're forced to play, I see. Jeez.
So I saw a lot of suggestions
Give me the
in
hand. How can I resist?
chat.
Oh, that's me, huh?
Mick Foley. Saw a bunch of other good ones.
What
One
is
that I
that?
didn't see
Ace twos.
is
DK's
a
hand.
troll.
Dumbass. Sometimes when I look at
Is
this
DJF
kind of
just
hand that
see
I
you
play,
donkey
it's like,
turn
what
Trying
like
to
that a
send a
lot.
message
doing in
that
that
chat
hand.
pros are
I might
trolls.
take a page out of your
Is that
I
crazy?
taste them, you know, see
Is it open to interpretation?
I think that might be spot on,
if,
Raver.
if they really
Chat, what do you guys
gamble
think? I think
them
that's
out.
phenomenal.
Yeah, just wait. We'll,
feel like that's
we'll wait
very-
till after. We'll till after.
Low key, but I think it might be the answer.
I'm an idiot, but what costume is that?
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Here's a spot. We've got DJ Washburn with the flush, DK with the ace of
Good lord.
clubs.
Good lord.
This is gonna be fun.
Who brought this
I
guy?
was like, what is that
Who
shit?
brought
like,
this guy?
Like, wanna be like Spider-Man?
Washburn trying to
Do you like
bait
Spider-Man?
DK to go all in here.
Wait, you really want
Don't
I
do it,
remember
DK.
Robert Downey Jr., but I don't remember
Is
the
this better for you then?
Hey, that's better.
There. He has Spider-Man for you.
Yeah, I like that. That's better. No, I remember Robert Downey Jr., I just don't remember the face.
Was it a bad play for me to donk lead here, DK? Should I check to you?
Probably wasn't good.
Oh, he calls. I thought he was. Yeah.
Just a call here from DK, looking to bank the river, which he does not.
Well, that just counterfeited 7 deuce. That is good for the jack 4. Yes, please. That's good for the jack 4.
The pro move would be to check here. Let DK hang himself. You need to give him rope.
Let's try this.
28.
Instead, DJ Washburn goes for the hefty bet.
I figured out a tell for DJ Washburn. He puts the Spider-Man mask on and starts shooting webs when he has a big hand.
Yeah, he's definitely acting pretty animated right
I really
now.
don't. I'm under two.
I do.
Who's Arthur Shelby? You can tell me.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, we talked about this before. Remember?
These guys watch it.
Sometimes there's just nothing you
Well,
can
I'm
do.
sorry
He
for
doesn't
not-
have
I didn't
enough
watch
to
it.
raise here, so there's really no option.
They were saying it was really.
Which is
really
why
good.
I almost, if DJ Washburn's going to bet, I almost like the idea of betting really small
To induce
to
a
induce.
raise, yeah.
Because that's not going to happen now because DK knows there's not enough
The wire was my
behind. So I don't know if there's more value to be had here.
I think he might be thinking about calling.
DK, maybe I
I'm
can
getting
help you. I can
scared,
help you.
Rosie. Oh, I don't like this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Can you help?
You show one, I show one.
I'll show one for $300, and you get to pick.
Do you rewatch The Wire?
One for $300?
Yeah.
That's why I don't
That's a
know
fair
if
deal, I
I
think.
like this one.
I feel like that's a fair deal.
Getting
I
max
really
value
spoil
out of
the character.
DK.
Probably give you a lot of information.
Just one of them.
How much is it?
I'm
3,000?
gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it and try and figure out which one.
I don't have 2,800, do I?
Oh, you do. In his right
I learned this one
hand,
from Eric Person
he has
last
3,000.
month when I played. He did this to Garrett.
I think I have a flush. Looks like
It's in the range. And do you hear how confident I'm speaking to? Which means that I must feel really good about my hand.
All right, all in.
No. Oh, no, DK.
Yeah, you definitely have. You definitely got something. Oh, that's a bad one for me. I guess you have ace-4 would be my only hope, but it's probably not going to be that.
Oh, that was crazy.
Oh. I was ready to just ship this one over.
Yeah.
And you got to
ready to ship
hand
it
it to
over.
Washburn's Table Talk because that got him there. The reverse tells. This guy is
Okay.
someone who considers himself a master of Table Talk, and he absolutely got
Did I pay you for that?
DK to blast off just like he wanted.
Okay, so the line between looking like a genius and an idiot in poker is razor thin sometimes, right? He doesn't have it there. You would have looked like an absolute genius. And I'm going to be showing this to DJ Washburn later. I just wanted to know, from your perspective, watching it back, I know it was a couple months ago now, but what induced that move? Because he's talking to you, right? There's something there that made you feel that he's weak.
Yeah, you know, my experience,
Yeah.
that is good one, but when people are starting talking, like, you know, I do this, I'm going to do that, that makes you either two-way, either they have nothing or they have everything.
So you think that the table talk like that is polarizing, as they would say? It's either it's not nothing in middle. It's
Yes.
always
It's
a
either
lot or
this or
nothing.
that. So I was going more towards, because he was really uncomfortable when when I called him
Yeah.
on the turn, and made me to go like, maybe he missed, straight draw, maybe he has, because I had an ace of spade in my hand, so
Yeah.
you can't have nut flush.
Yeah.
So having the ace in my hand, it was a plus for me, so maybe he could think that I have a nut flush. And that's why I went all in and said, take a chance. Maybe, I don't know, but that was stupid.
Okay, so that's fair. We've made you sit through the pain. Now I want to show one of, in my opinion, your greatest hands in the history of the show. Ryan, this is number 7. We're gonna play number 7. It's you versus slow poker.
Oh. Which one is that?
Oh, you'll remember.
Come on,
Kings
man.
one time.
Have a little class.
Have a little discipline.
I just didn't want you to think I'm,
Running around. My hand was pretty good too, but
I have a gut feeling about my hand.
actually my hand sucks. Let's just call it what it is.
Gut feeling.
And I had no feeling about it, and I was right.
Very rarely right. Make sure they tell them to turn your mic
Sashimi.
back on. We don't want to miss what you're saying. You're waiting table.
How long have you known her? That hand looked a little. She had like second pair, and she got a full double up.
I told her. Oh, wait. Turn.
I've been pushing with Jack 4 every time. I haven't won once.
I just had a gut shot,
Yeah, I know, but it looked a
That's how-
little.
Wait.
Why'd you raise again?
I can't see it. How much?
340.
Do you think DK's ever folded to a bet that small? But he's going to raise.
I remember that hand.
He's going to try to win it now with 7 deuce. Because DK knows he can apply pressure to this guy.
DK's in first, obviously.
Yes. There should be a counter.
Needs to avoid a diamond.
You're definitely.
Yeah, maybe I'm in first.
Big bet, DK.
I mean, tonight he's
Big bet.
Unbelievable.
DK knows how to play gangster poker. Let's see it, DK.
And he's doing good.
crushing.
Well, he's not even.
Not even? No, he's crushing.
How old's your dog?
He's over 20. He's in over 20.
Wow, young.
Look at his chips.
Really well behaved for a young
It's like
dog.
40.
No. It's
It's like over 30.
6 years old.
22,000.
Still a bundle of
22?
energy.
I think so.
No.
I could be wrong.
How many greens is there?
If my German Shepherd was in here,
What?
we wouldn't know whose chips were whose.
Okay, but I can see way more than 16K in weight.
Because he's way for knees, not dog.
Way over 30K.
Poodle?
And like some
Let's go.
Australian type of doodle. Not an Aussie doodle, but a different type of Australian.
Why is he
Because for knees, not
He
dog,
hates this.
It's way over
DK knows it.
He's got the best feeling. Like, he's been on so many planes, like 14-hour flights.
5 stacks.
Chilled.
I can see 1K.
Wait, can you sit on your lap or how's it
Flow
going?
poker could make up for a lot by shoving here.
You don't play?
Make DK have to call with a hand like he does.
I don't know what you're saying. You're fucking
He doesn't sit on my. No, he just doesn't. He holds
Just
it
a
in.
call
And in
though.
play every second.
when you're on a plane.
Bro,
And in play every second.
Can DK fire a third bullet if this breaks out?
And a gentleman.
It does break out. He is playing queen high. Do it, DK.
All right, so we're gonna pause right there, okay?
Okay.
So what is going through your mind in a spot like this, right? I know you're playing the guy, right? You're playing this guy. This guy, it's his first time on the show. I think you probably have correctly sensed that he doesn't normally play this big,
Yes.
right? So you're
it
gonna
was-
have to do something here.
Yeah, it was two things that it was in my mind
Yeah.
when I was playing against him. I remember exactly what happened. So every time I was watching him, and every time he checked, and I bet, he kind of felt really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I could sense that, like, clearly. So I said, you know what? And he does play so tight, and in that night he was like running so bad in other hands, and I saw when I bet, he was like really uncomfortable, and I watched that under my glasses.
Yeah.
And I was watching him, and when I bet, he goes like like what the.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
He, I think, misplayed the turn there. He probably should have raised.
If he would have raised,
It's over.
Yeah, it was over.
Yeah.
Because
so he just
called. That was
and are you kind of
mistake.
putting him on the exact kind of hand he does?
Yes. So
Yeah.
he was on the draw. I could tell.
Uh-huh.
And whether it was flush draw, straight draw. But me betting on the turn, I think I got him really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then I know what I've done after, because when the river comes in.
Well, let's see. Ryan, let's play the next one, number 8.
They're doing after
Running.
He does. He does. DK. This is DK's house. Wow.
You can play a lot of her winners.
You're so cute, though. Look at you.
This would be a very sick call, wouldn't it?
25-word vocabulary.
More than me. Better than me.
Ship it! No! Ship it! 2, 3,
DK.
4.
Tasty draw.
Huh?
Tasty draw.
We'll
play DK.
6, 7.
She wasn't in it.
How about that next?
So what a move that was.
It was a great move. It was no other way, out of it. Either check, or lose whatever I had in the pot, or just go all in and hope that he's not going to call. But I could tell that he's not going to call, because on the turn he just check, turn, flop, turn, both check, and I keep betting and he kept calling, obviously it was on the draw, and I said if no diamond comes in and no straight draw, I'm just going to shove it.
So you did have a plan. You were saying to yourself,
yes, I was going to go all in on the river if
as long as it bricks.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then look, nobody can play 7 deuce like me.
Nobody can play Deuce 7 like this guy. He is made for Deuce 7. The Deuce 7 game was made for you.
Is for me.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought that hand really personified who you are on the show. You're the end boss, the 7 deuce king, the guy that everyone's afraid of because you can have any 2 cards, right? At this point, the secret's out about your play on the show.
Yes.
So do you think that changes the way that they're playing against you?
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes I change my game plan.
Yeah.
And I go like in first half of the game, when start, I go really, open, and then I tighten towards the end. Sometimes I do vice versa. And sometimes I just having fun. It just don't put chips in front of me, because when I have chips in front of me, I get dangerous. You do not want to have chips in front of me, because that makes me to call every hand, and you're gonna have to really have sometimes I have a good hand, sometimes I have good cards, sometimes not, but that's when I get really dangerous, that nobody wants to be.
Nobody wants to, because I can speak from experience that is the scariest player to be against, right? There's times where I'd rather be against Garrett or Mariano, one of these guys where at least their play is, predictable within a rule set. Yours is completely unpredictable.
100% open.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if you even know what you're doing.
I could have 7 deuce, 4-3. I call 4 deuce offsuit for $1,200 with DJAF. It happens. That's the fun part of me playing game on Max Monday. Because when you go play in the house or any on the table in the floor casino, you can't play like that. You have to go really tight and.
And I can speak to this because what's the first thing you always say to me when I come outside after the show? You say, "Hey, I put on a show."
Yeah,
did I not?
That's all about it.
It feels like that thing from Gladiator where he's like, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here. I don't want to do. I'm not here to win or lose.
Yeah.
Of course, it's better that if I win, but I think more for me is fun part of it than winning or losing.
Awesome.
Because if I want to win or lose, I can play on the floor or I can play in a house, different atmosphere. But also I have a lot of followers. Believe it or not, I go to sometimes restaurants.
People.
People come. Hey, are you DK? And then jump in and hey, this is DK, and they FaceTiming with their friends in New York. It's just fun, that's...
Yeah, I remember we were telling your wife that on New Year's, and she didn't believe that, remember?
Yeah.
We're like, no, he's a real star.
Yeah, he got it, because we went to party, and then this few guys, they came over and said, are you the guy playing poker? And say, yeah. And they all got excited, they started taking pictures, FaceTiming, and my wife said, what's going on? I said, I just want to take a picture.
This is normal.
This is DK. This is DK, and it was fun. Then she realized, it is for fun. It's not for winning, losing.
It is for fun. Does she watch ever? No.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't. But my kids does, and sometimes they gather to their friend's house. And they all get together. And,
that's fun.
It's just. But my wife, no, she doesn't. She doesn't have a heart.
Yeah.
Going all in
easier.
With nothing. $13,000, shove all in with nothing, 7 high. She doesn't have that heart. No.
I remember one time though, you lost like 20K on the show. And then right after the show ended, you won a huge pot for like 30K. You remember this?
37K.
And you're like, gosh darn it, my wife.
No, I said, you know what?
And you took a picture. You took a picture of this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go home with empty-handed. I need to win. So I won 37K. It was great. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Well, thank you so much for being on here. And good luck tonight on the film.
So
I look forward to it as always.
I really appreciate it, and I want to tell you something. There's one special person that made me motivated to come to this show. It's you. And with all your good comment that you do, it just makes it more fun for me. And That's one of the most reason that I'm here, beside every other thing. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so
DK.
much. You're the best.
Yeah, so are you.
And we love the show. I hope
Thank you.
Guys be successful, and we look forward.
You're the man.
Take care.
Yep.
Are we done?
We're done. We're gonna get Poker Bunny on now.
All right, let's
Poker
do
Bunny's gonna get mic'd up, so you can leave this here.
Okay.
Yeah, go walk that over there. That was very nice. DK is taking the mic off, and we are gonna get Poker Bunny in here. We're gonna go over a few hands with Poker Bunny, and then we're gonna let the chat ask some questions. Please be respectful, chat. Let's be respectful. Poker Bunny is getting mic'd up right now. Here, David. We're gonna be respectful. We're gonna be awesome. Positive vibes today. 40 ounce of freedom in chat says, bring the pain, DK. He will bring the pain. And so, yeah, why don't you guys get your questions ready for Poker Bunny? We'll do a kind of Q&A session after we get her introduced here. Someone in chat wants to know if I'm Dave Portnoy. No. Although Ryan wishes I was. I think Dave Portnoy is Ryan's white whale to get onto the show. Ryan's saying into my ear right now, he's like, he's top 5 for sure. He's top 5 for sure. Definitely, Ryan loves that guy. We would love to have him on the show. Although, you know what? Actually, Ryan has already got his white whale. That's the thing. Ryan, a long time ago, said the #1 person he wanted to get on the show was Mr. Beast. And lo and behold, Mr. Beast was on the show. So, all right, come have a seat. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
Thanks. So this is
Yeah. You can set this down right here and put this on.
All right.
You can set that down on the table.
Okay. This is no delay.
This is no delay. We are live. We are live with the chat. So welcome to the show.
I put this on my head.
Yeah. Maybe
Over the
here. I'll get the ears.
Okay.
You have to go over the ears. You're right. You don't need it, actually.
Ears are very tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna put those on. Nice job.
This?
Yeah, you look good.
Is this completely necessary?
No, actually it's not. You can just have the ears on. She prefers the ears to the headset, and I understand that. It makes sense.
I am Poker Bunny, so.
We can pipe in, Ryan's saying that we have the technology, we can pipe the audio in through her bunny ear, so that's great.
That's how I get information during the game.
Oh, is that how there's a receiver?
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. I thought you put on a pretty nice performance last week. How did you feel about that? It's your first time back on Hustler Casino Live after a while. It's been like 8 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I felt like, I mean, the game didn't go well, at least not during the stream part, but I felt very comfortable at the table.
You did?
Yeah.
I noticed you did, to your credit, I left probably a couple hours after the show and you were still playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long did you stay after the show?
We started like a while, but we started probably till like 2 a.m. We started playing every dealer change an entire orbit of double.
An entire orbit of double board bomb pots. PLO. Yeah.
But this is how little I knew about PLO. I didn't realize that you have to use 2 cards.
Oh no.
With the board instead of 1 card. So I had like what I thought was a 1 card flush, and like I like jammed, and then the guy folded. So I accidentally bluffed.
Oh, wow.
And then I asked, like, how is it obvious that you're supposed to use 2 cards for PLO? And they're just like, everyone knows that, apparently.
Well, everybody apparently. So talk about how you first got into poker. You're known in the poker community as being very into game theory, optimal Texas Hold'em. And you enjoy that.
That was a phase.
How did you get into that?
Well, initially, I mean, the only thing that the thing that made me feel most comfortable was to learn from something other than myself or my own intuition, because obviously starting out, like, people have very bad intuition in poker.
Right.
So I was really interested in solvers, and I did do a lot of solver work, but I'm like very much anti-solvers at this point.
You're anti-solvers at this point.
Yeah, I think people should have, like, I think it makes sense to strive for as good of understanding of GTO as possible, but like not at the expense of learning how to exploit other people.
Right.
Like, so if you're spending all your time trying to understand how solvers work, that's not going to help you when you're playing versus humans as much.
Especially in a game like this,
Yeah.
right? This is one of the least GTO games. And in fact, why don't we take a look at a hand that I think personifies this fact exactly. Ryan, we're going to play number 9. Okay. A little behind. You can pick up this and listen.
Oh, okay.
700.
You raised to 700?
Damn. Mine's behind. Ryan, do you know what second you're on?
You out of here. Bum, 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 bum.
Max Payne gods.
It's like loud.
If ever there is a moment to teach this young man a lesson, let it be now.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hold on. No. Oh, hold on.
Oh, thank you.
How much you have behind?
I think I have 23 behind. Yeah, about 23.
What is DK doing here? He's gonna call. He does not want to fold, does he? And if DK calls, it almost assures us that Poker Bunny is going to be 4-betting. DK's going to raise. This looks so strong by DK. This looks so strong. And if Poker Bunny knows a lot about DK, I would think this is way stronger than 4 deuce. Way stronger. The tippity top of his range is usually what DK 4-bets with. He calls with basically everything else.
Okay, so that's where we got to. We're a little off on the audio, but you see, so DK has 4-bet his 4 deuce. You're sitting there with ace king. Now, GTO, there's 5-betting here almost seems suicidal, right? You're adapting to this game. What's going through your mind right now, right? DK has 4-bet before you, and you're sitting there with ace king off. And how are you going to exploit this table with this hand in this situation?
Okay, first of all, I have no idea what the GTO solution looks like, but I think versus DK, who, I mean, I'm not surprised he has 4 deuce here. It's definitely a good play.
Right, because this is this is a wild table, right? The fact that he has 4 deuce.
They're also like kind of, okay, he's actually not short, but yeah.
Right, you're just closing your eyes and going for it here, right? Because it's good enough of a hand with the way that they're all playing.
Yeah.
Is that essentially
I
the
think,
calculus?
Honestly, this is like almost always like, I don't think people are basically almost very rarely going to have aces and kings compared to other hands. So, yeah.
All right, Ryan, let's continue. Let's go to the next one and finish the hand. Yeah.
All in.
But Poker Bunny's not scared. She goes all in. Nice move, Poker Bunny. Jack can't fold. He has 2,300 behind. He's getting insane odds here. He makes a call. It's DK who's going to be embarrassed here.
About 12,000?
DK brought a pea shooter to a gunfight.
Sashimi, look.
He lets it go.
Well, I'm waiting for the
What's up, Danny?
7 deuce? 7. Okay.
Good flop, bad turn.
Oh my god!
I would have gotten all your everything. Everything.
Wow.
Like a jack.
99. Did you make 2 pairs?
Is this for?
3,040.
That's true. Jack didn't have that much. If DK had called, he would have beat Ace King. He would have profited massively on this pot.
No, I want you to stay here.
Okay, you 3,040. I would have got all these. Wow.
Air Eliminator says, haha, Jack plays jacks. Flopped set of jacks.
Yeah.
He's jacked.
And so the interesting thing about that hand to me is just that it's a 5-bet with Ace King. We don't see 5-bets very often, right? And players are often very timid to do it with Ace King.
In most games, you don't see 5-bets very often. In this game, it's more common.
Uh-huh. Right, and that's just because you have DK 4-betting with 4 deuce. That's totally crazy. And that really is the vibe.
I mean, it's probably, it's definitely like a good play in some games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, versus like people who have loose 3-betting ranges and stuff.
Well, they lose 4-betting ranges. All right, let's play the next one. Ryan, this is number 11, the new number 11. Okay.
His antennas are right.
And then also.
Okay, it's this one.
It's about 10.
Get a raise here from RB with the ace queen. Poker bunny. Looks like she's going to 3-bet this with ace 4 out of the small blinds.
You have 10K, Paulina? Okay. I'm fucking it up.
Oh. Heads up.
Eight high flop, 2 spades out there. RB does have the ace of spades.
Let me just say this.
Poker bunny now with a
is so
double
cringe.
gutter. She can catch a 7 or 3.
You're still on it?
No, but
What did you
I
hit
lost
it for?
Oh, you're one of them?
You won't.
No, but I was told.
No, but you believe it.
Yeah, you won't.
Well, then I did.
Yeah. Bad luck.
Universe.
Like, is that a fake? Really? Once it happens a lot.
I'm not super sure.
Yes, I wear this shirt.
Are they bad luck in general or just poker?
That is so strange.
Whatever.
Now give up the power. Are you kidding?
Bad luck in poker?
We really need to talk, okay? We need to calm down.
Just no poker.
We're not giving up our power in that.
In general, so you can't wear it when you drive either.
No.
What the fuck do you have one for?
RB's going to win that one with ace high. Ace queen to be exact.
No, I mean, my family tells me the little things.
What is it?
It's not in play. It's not in play.
It's probably like
Man, my God, that's his only number.
Well, you better get rid of it.
But what? Oh, you stopped wearing it because you ran bad in it? I literally got it.
All in.
All in.
Whoa. Pardon me.
What'd you get for it?
I thought the hand was over.
You bought it the day before we played?
I'll give you 10 for it.
All in.
I'll give you like.
You bought it the day before
I was gonna snap fold, but now that you're going all in,
Were you wearing it when we played?
why all in? Ace queen, no good. I was gonna snap fold if you bet 1,000, but
Talking about a watch.
fuck, I'm running bad right now. Oh, fuck. Good hand, good bluff.
I didn't know how to wind it.
Yeah, I knew it, but I can't. I'm running bad. No, I ace queen.
Yeah, that's good.
All in bluff.
Yeah, the problem there.
I was gonna.
I have a pick.
If I wasn't stuck like this, I would call.
Yeah, and I thought the hand was over, to be honest with you. I just figured it was done, but Poker Bunny pulls one out of her hat. The problem with calling there with ace queen, it makes it really difficult, is your opponent could theoretically be bluffing with a better hand.
They're taking advantage of me. What do I do, Ryan? I need some life support. I knew I was good too. I just don't want to fucking. I mean, I didn't know, but good play.
It's fine. He does.
Nice bluff there from Poker Bunny.
Sorry.
I wouldn't have jammed it, then I realized that
You bet 1,000, I snap full, but
given how many chips we had.
I know. If you bet small, I would full time.
So what color is it? Asian culture
Doing the check, like
is it
my
red and
overpairs so much of it's gonna take the exact same line.
Straddle pot here. Barry calls 200.
Straddle call.
All right, so it's interesting that he calls out if you had bet less, he would have snap folded, and because you bet more, he actually considers calling. And I don't think he's telling the truth there, but he was right? What were you thinking in that moment when he's saying that?
I mean, I thought that it's good for him to say that because it's like easier to call bluffs when they cost less money.
Yeah.
So, but I don't necessarily think he was like thinking that, and that's why he said it. I just thought that he was also right. Yeah.
This is a hand that developed in kind of a weird way. Was this your plan the whole way, or is this something that kind of developed on the river when you're thinking about how the narrative has progressed? Were you thinking on the turn, I'm ready to bluff?
Well, back then when I was way more into GTO and not playing versus humans, I was thinking like the hearts unblocked, like ace high backdoor flush draws that he's more likely to continue flop with.
Yeah.
And then have on the river in this line. But I don't think about that bullshit anymore.
Interesting. You've really changed your thinking on this GTO thing. Every conversation used to be GTO centric, and this was from 7 or 8 months ago. So this is when you were into GTO, and now you've kind of gone the other way, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, because I've been way more into MTTs the last few months. So, and like MTTs, it's, I think, way more important to be thinking about how to exploit people. And like when I was just playing like 200 blitz or whatever, which is like a very reggy online cash game, it's way more about understanding how solver mechanics work and
because you don't have
like
stats necessarily, right?
I mean, you do have stats, and I'm not good at utilizing stats.
Yeah, I never was either. That's why I actually ended up stopping online play. But it's interesting though, you know, this game, the Max Payne Monday game, I would say is one of the more exploitative style games you could sit in. So this must be really fun for you to kind of flex this kind of new understanding of poker.
Yeah, I love poker way more now.
You do, it's way more fun when you're and especially someone like DK, right? What is it like being in a game against DK?
It's fun.
It's wild.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is a little scary. Yeah.
Because the thing is, also in MTTs, people play so passively, and so you can. It's way more about just like overfolding and like knowing the guy like always has it in spots, etc. But then here, it's like people are like always going crazy and always bluffing, and I love it. And you have to be prepared though to make like scary call downs and stuff.
So, String Overbet in chat says, question for Poker Bunny. Give us a sense of some adjustments from GTO that you make when playing in these deep stack, splashy games. We know the direction of the adjustments, but how extreme?
Very extreme.
Very extreme. It's almost completely different, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, well, specifically in this game, like I was saying, people are not playing passive. I mean, most people I would say are not playing passive in this game. They're like super aggro, like more aggro than GTO. So then you have to be prepared to make scary like calls and like figure out which spots people are bluffing and yeah.
Yeah, someone asking about MTTs. Those are multi-table tournaments, right? And that's what you've been doing. And you stream this on Twitch?
No, I've been playing a lot of live tournaments, and in Europe, I was like playing some online tournaments. I was living in Europe for the past few months before the Win Series.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So no longer streaming on Twitch then? Just the live MTT tournaments. And how do those compare to the online environments of like the much smaller stakes but similar skill levels, do you think?
I think the skill level is quite different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, online MTTs are, a lot of people are doing it professionally, and even the people who don't do it professionally like play a lot, so, and might have friends who play MTTs also and tend to have more knowledge, but actually some of the live tournaments in Europe are kind of similar to online tournaments in Europe.
Because of the skill level is just that much higher?
It's a lot higher, yeah, I'm not gonna
Interesting.
lie.
You have less of just the guy walking into the casino saying, oh, I'll play in the tournament or something, right? These are guys who they traveled there. These are the European pros.
But I will say, like, MTT fish are way worse at poker than than people like cash game wrecks.
Oh.
Like, people who don't play cash games for a living still tend to have way more experience playing cash games than tournament players who don't play for a living. So I think in some ways tournaments are easier.
Yeah, because you can get a lucky draw, right? You get a couple donkeys at your first table, you get a couple at the next table. I mean, so anyways, it's been wonderful having you here. Would you like to say anything to the fans? What's your plan for tonight on Max Payne Monday? How is this gonna go? Tell me.
I mean, my plan is to fuck shit up, hopefully.
Let's go, let's fuck shit up.
Hopefully there's some good spots to fuck shit up, and I'm not just like looking like a tight knit or whatever.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm playing way more hands now. And
you're gonna play more hands.
And I have more confidence in myself, so
I can see it.
I want to play more hands and like not be like, oh, I have to fold because I don't have a skill edge or something.
You do have a skill edge, and I think you believe in yourself. You can take this game down. So, anyways, we'll see.
Or it'll be like minus 10K. Who knows?
Hey, as long as you're ready for it, I think you're in a really good headspace for Max Payne Monday. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Me.
Yeah. All right, and now we have our most special guest. We have 10 minutes to go. We're going to have a very special guest next. Yeah, you can just go. I think he's already mic'd up, right? Making his way to the table right now. This is something that we're going to do each Monday. I want you guys to meet some of the people that work really hard producing this show.
Can I interview you too?
And the most obvious first person to bring on, huh?
It's his birthday.
Yes, is Ryan's dad,
Saturday.
Gerry. It's his birthday. He's turning 70 years old. Come here, Gerry. Have a seat.
What's up?
What's up? Nice to see you. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, were you like, how did I get on the show? Were you like going through your phone, like looking for Jerry's or old guys, Jerry's with, and you came across me, you looked for Jerry's with tattoos?
Yeah.
I was like the only Gerry left in your phone?
Only Gerry left. So we had to have you.
Okay.
So Gerry is the sound guy. This is Ryan's father, okay? Just to be very clear, we are so... how did you raise such an amazing son, first of all? What was this kid like growing up in high school? I need to know.
I didn't really raise him. After 9 years old, like, his mother and I like separated. So she did more than I did. I just saw him on weekends. He was probably better off. I guess he turned out okay without me.
But it's so unusual. You meet very few people in life who are just so intrinsically motivated to do what they want to do. Was he like that even as a child? He wants this, and that's what he's going to do.
He's always been driven. He's never like given up on anything. He's always like had a passion for certain things. Like, I don't want to. I didn't come here to.
No, you did come here to embarrass him.
No, but I think it all started like earlier when like his show business career, like earlier.
Wait, what is this? What are we looking
when he started off his show business career, he was like 2 years old. So, sorry, Ryan.
This is great. Wow, what a beautiful child.
I think that's just started it all off, and he became fairly successful in that, and then he moved on, and like that.
And then he started working at ESPN. And what was that like?
No, after that he decided he wanted to be an athlete, so he was on. So he was on the baseball team. So he joined the baseball team. Yeah, he thought he was going to be in Major League Baseball.
He did.
Yeah, that didn't work out. So then.
Okay. All right, we're going through the life. I see what we're doing now.
Yeah,
I love this.
You have to go in chronological.
Okay, let's go. What's next?
Yeah, and then eventually he went to school. He went to Temple and got degree in broadcast and media. Yeah. And he worked some odd stuff. Writing at a local sports paper. He had a website called the Hoops Report that he was more into basketball than anything else. NCAA basketball. So he had a basketball website that he and other people wrote on there. He also did a lot of media events. I remember him going down to, I think it was Duke, to interview Mike Krzyzewski and different places like that. So he was.
That must have been so exciting for him.
Yeah, he met a lot of people.
Coach K, he's like, that must have been the coolest.
Yeah, he had a good time doing that. It was fun. He was like really into it. The website was doing well,
and then he starts getting into this poker thing. Then let's just skip. He has the ESPN job, and then the poker thing starts coming up. And when did you start to realize that this is a serious thing?
Well, I didn't know he was playing poker. Like, I guess during college he was playing poker in Pennsylvania, where he lived at the. I forget what it's called, Park West or whatever.
Yeah.
Not Park West, that's a bike. I forget what it was called.
Parks.
In Bensalem, PA.
Yeah.
When he was in school, so he got into poker. I guess he didn't do so well, but I didn't know like until later on. And then eventually he got a job he got referred to ESPN to work on ESPN, to work, NCAA basketball in Connecticut. So I thought that was a great move. Like, that's the one thing he always wanted to do, and he finally got hired. Like, I don't know how many interviews, like 10 or 12 interviews. And he got in. He worked in research and statistics. He was really, really good with statistics. He was always good with. He was always very smart with math.
Yeah.
Even very young.
He is good with math. He's super quick with math. He remembers pots and numbers.
It's amazing.
Like no one else I've ever seen. If someone's always talking, oh yeah, he bet half pot at 5,200. This is a pot from 6 months ago, and he'll be telling me the numbers.
I don't even try to keep up with him. I don't even pretend to understand what he's saying.
So now your job, you work as the audio guy, right?
Yes,
So Gerry's the guy. He's in the back. He has the headphones on, and we're in a hand, and Ryan's directing the show, and Ryan says, isolate 2 and 8. And what does that mean? When he says that, what is that?
Well, there's a soundboard, so each microphone has a seat number. So number 6 obviously is, I'm on number 6.
Right.
So if I was up there and number 6 was in the hand with somebody else, it's different now than it was a few weeks ago. Security is much tighter, so I have to really, pay more attention to what I'm doing. So when somebody's in the hand, I'll just turn the volume up, so you just, people that are in a big hand, big pot.
Right, because we don't want to hear Nick Airball on the side telling some dumb story when there's a big hand going on.
Right.
Yeah.
But when they're not in the hand, what I'm doing is I'm listening for interesting conversations. So when it's not a big hand, it's just like dealer just dealt, and they're just like playing the regular hand. Everybody's in a hand. I'll listen for certain people start telling stories like.
And you're trying to anticipate.
Right. Well, I look for lips moving. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking at people, moving this way or that way, or if they're just still like that, I know they're probably not going to talk.
And this is something that, as the video editor, I have noticed a marked change. Go back 18 months or whatever. The sound was a little behind in the beginning, because of course, right?
Yeah.
But now, I mean, really, you see the conversation and you're there.
It took a long time to get used to it.
It is. It's hard.
I never did this before.
Yeah.
So I was, Ryan and I are, obviously started the same day.
Yeah.
And with the, only ones remaining from before. Everybody else was after that. So I learned from. This engineer and a couple other people.
Right, and you are, I mean, I really, he is, you guys should see him back there. He is in the zone, right? There's no, you're not, he's there and he's at this board and he is unaware of everything around him, right?
I'm just focused on trying to hear and see. Because everything happens in a split second.
Right.
So I don't want to miss it. Sometimes I do. Or Ryan will start yelling at me, like, turn this up.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what are
it's
you
relaxing
doing, screaming
until
at me?
he starts yelling.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's relaxing. He starts yelling. He says like 5 times. Like, oh.
Dad.
Yeah, like a bomb went off or something.
That's funny.
So you want to ask me about my poker expertise? Is that what you?
Yeah. Tell us. Do you have any poker expertise?
Yeah, I know all about the bluffs and the mucks and all that stuff.
You've learned all of this lingo.
Yeah. Still don't know what's going on. I don't want to know.
All right, so Ryan is saying in my ear to ask you about the one poker session you've ever played. Can you tell us?
Oh, so that was a meetup game. I guess when was that? October, November, something like that. So it was behind me. So I figured, let me come for an hour. I, brought a few hundred with me or something like that. Or I think Ryan gave me a few hundred. I think, whatever. So, let me just drop this. And I couldn't stay long. I forgot what I had to do. I had like a half an hour, 45 minutes. So, all right, put me on this table. And then, like the first hand, I think I won with like full house, like jacks over deuces.
Okay, so you doubled up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was still a little nervous his first time, playing. First time I ever played poker.
Yeah.
So I forget what I won, but I actually won every hand that I was in that I didn't fold. I won. And then time was up and I left.
You are the most annoying guy. This is the guy who comes, he sits at the table, wins a bunch of money and leaves in 45 minutes.
I had to eat lunch, so I had to get enough money to eat lunch. So that's all I was there for. No, I had to go anyways. I wasn't going to come, but because I had other things to do. It was on a weekend.
Gerry does a lot of hard work on the show, and we appreciate you so much. And mainly, we appreciate you being the father of Ryan Feldman, who is the heart and soul of this show. And you should be very proud of your son.
I am. He's like amazing.
He is amazing.
Incredible. Very, very, very driven and focused, and he works like constantly from morning until night.
He gets that from his mom? The driven and focused.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's like in the morning. I can't even talk to him. He's on his phone. He's calling.
He's always
texting.
on his phone. It's hard to.
You can't even talk to him. Yeah.
That would be so stressful to me. Like the number of text messages he gets. I
don't think people realize how hard it is for him to do a lineup.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he has a lineup set and he'll post it, and then all of a sudden somebody gets sick or they can't make it. The plane is late and he has to like real quick go through his phone. Who else can he replace?
This guy doesn't want to play, and this guy.
Oh my God! And he doesn't want to play with this guy, and he doesn't want to sit next to that guy. It's such a hard job, and I've told him many times, like, I don't know how you do it. But he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job, and you do a great job.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for all the hard work that you do to make this show happen. It's a family affair here at Hustler Casino Live.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Stay tuned. We're coming back with DJ Washburn and some more behind-the-scenes looks at Hustler Casino Live.
Raise it up. Raise it up.
Chat Pro. Pro, slow roll, never fold. Raise it up. Chat Pro, slow roll, never fold.
Raise it up. Chat Pro, slow roll, never fold. Slow roll, never fold. Slow roll, never fold.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Chat Pro.
Welcome back, Chat Pros. We are here with DJ Washburn.
Oh, Raver, Chat Pros.
Nice to see you.
What's up? Oh, let me put my cards down.
What do you have here? What are
later?
these?
Oh, you know, it's just a little thing, I don't know, something about a tilt card. Anyone know what that's about?
Can we open one?
Well, you're gonna have to tune in later to the actual show to see.
We can't just open one right now?
What's inside these?
Let's open one.
We can't open one, but let's see.
They're marked for each player.
Oh, there's a poker bunny one. Uh-oh. So, if you want to see what's inside, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I mean, tune into the show later, and we'll find out.
So, Washburn, I named you the official spirit animal of Max Payne Monday. How do you take that?
It's probably the greatest accolade besides maybe winning most school spirit in high school and then winning the 2005 Plattsburgh Air Force Base wiffle ball MVP of the Oval. This is probably the next best accolade I've ever received in my life.
You would win best school spirit in high school. You really did? That's true?
I did. Guess what our school colors were, by the way? Plattsburgh Hornets.
Orange?
Orange and black.
Of course.
So, yeah, it just kind of fit, and then, you know, I took my company colors that way, so... Yeah, but we don't need to talk about that. But back to the.
Do you still wear orange a lot? Is that a part? Because you won that award, you feel like you need to embody the orange?
You know, I never thought about it like that, but probably part of it.
Okay.
I just like orange. I feel like orange fits my personality. It's, you know,
yeah,
bright.
It's loud. It's bright.
Loud. We like that, and so yeah, I like orange.
So you play a lot of poker. How did you start
My
playing
Crocs are
poker?
orange.
Oh, they are orange.
Oh, there goes a hammy.
Tell me, how did it start?
Well, I'm 36 years old.
Okay.
Which means, if you do the math, what was the biggest moment in the history of poker? Chris Moneymaker. That was the biggest poker boom, right? Boom. I was in high school, so like many teenage guys that are at that age when that happens, now everyone was running to a poker table, right? So I was right in that Moneymaker era where my friends and I in high school started playing, and then from there, just really found a love with it because I think I'm a very social person. I like the competition. I like the money. I like being able to battle with people and outthink them. And I've always been a competitive person. So poker just fit very well to that. And of course, then in high school, college, post, like many people probably just was always knew where the closest casino was in poker.
So we all remember you played that huge game with Phil Ivey. Was that, I mean, obviously that is by far the biggest game you've ever played.
Sure. Certainly no secret there. I was pretty public. I was certainly taking a shot. I've never played a game that high. I mean, the biggest games I played before were the ones here on Hustler, some of the 25, 50, 100s, the ante games. So yeah, that was certainly a little bit above my normal comfort zone. But when the opportunity arose, I just felt like it was a good opportunity to not take advantage of. And regardless, winning or losing, you know, I made sure that financially everything was okay, so it wasn't like my mortgage money or...
You were smart about that. I remember. You had 40% of yourself?
No, I had the majority still. But
oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay. But it was around there. It was in that ballpark.
Yeah, 55, 60-ish.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yep. So I sold, I definitely obviously like...
Enough to make yourself feel okay. Just enough, right?
Better, yes. Better than it was. So, like, I went in, obviously, I figured out what's the worst case scenario here, which is...
Well, the worst case scenario. Why don't we just get into the worst case scenario? Yeah. It happened. This is real. Ryan, we're going to be playing asset number 4.
Yeah. But I knew going in, even if I didn't win money, that...
This is Phil Ivey week, Garrett.
There's still other ways I could win.
Well, like I said, I mean, I think it's only fitting because a Phil Ivey-esque play, something Ivey's been doing for decades now.
Bump it up, 6,400.
Justin with a 3-bet.
I feel like the bend on my brim of my hat was too much. I feel like it should have been more flat. It probably would have given me better EV here, but yeah. You know. It happens.
Looks like, is Washburn going to call this? Yeah, he does. Wow, okay.
It's got a decent hand. Open the button. Rusuke flatted. It's a good squeeze spot. Oh, it's Dustin. I thought it was JR.
Dustin the closer.
Stronger coming from Dustin. Flush draw.
Yeah. Ace King.
I like
first
that
the flush draw.
and
you can see in the bottom left corner of your screen, Washburn actually a favorite to win this pot if it goes to showdown. DJ makes the call. Pot now 26,000 and change. Oh, wow. He picks up a straight draw to go along with the flush draw.
This is a mandatory bet.
Are you sizing it up a little bit here?
Don't need to.
15,000.
That's plenty.
Goes 15 into 26. And this hand is over.
Range advantage works both ways. Sometimes you want the stronger range. Often you want the stronger range.
Wow.
This is an incredible call.
Dustin makes the call. Oh, no. What a terrible result here. I mean...
Okay, so what is going through your mind right now?
Yeah. Well, right now, I'm thinking, like I said, the brim on my hat is too bent. I should have had it more flat. So this hand, obviously, it's the biggest hand I've ever played. The total pot ends up being 137K. So in this, going into this, it's a 4-blind game. So it was 1, 2, 4, 8 stratum. And that's something I've never really played or studied. Which
Yeah,
I think
half the table is blinded.
Exactly,
Yeah.
with crushers in the blind. So it's not like you're just trying to steal 2 blinds. And afterwards, I've talked to a lot of people about this hand, and I think the dynamic of raising on the button your range and what's optimal, especially given that I'm a short stack taking a shot, only have 1 bullet, certainly changes. So there's some merit there that I shouldn't be open, because almost any other poker game, it folds to you on the button. Queen 8 suited is a mandatory raise. In this situation, though,
because you're not that deep.
I'm not that deep.
Right.
A person already bullied me earlier, so they know that I'm playing kind of with scared money compared to them, clearly. So in this spot, but I go with it anyways. I make a pretty standard open there to 2,500. Or whatever I made it, yeah. And then, so Dustin, the closer, who was in one of the
Okay,
blinds.
I guess we're continuing.
Oh, we're continuing.
Okay.
We're not continuing.
Okay, we're not continuing. We're gonna wait because I want to know how fast your heart was beating in this moment.
Sure. Honestly, it wasn't as much as I thought it would be, and I think because of that, because the last few years I was big into crypto and dealing with the swings for months on end of that got me more comfortable with swinging and swinging, not like sexual swinging, but swinging with money and big finances. So I actually was kind of more comfortable than I thought, especially at this moment on the turn and the river. I was very confident that I was going to win.
Because you should be the one with the ace here.
Okay, so
from your perspective.
We get into it. Yeah, I raise, I just flat. Like that flop favors my range here. Especially after Dustin was playing pretty tight. He wasn't like a person. So at this point, I think he's got high cards. Ace, king, pretty likely. The sizing he made pre-flop. But here we go. But like pre-flop.
But once he calls on the turn.
And then in the flop bet, yeah, it just seemed for him. I thought it was more like ace king, maybe like jacks or tens. This is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so that flop, I just feel like it favors my range. Okay, and then the turn is fantastic for me. But after he checks to me, and I make the 15K into just over 20 pot, it just looks so much stronger for my range. When he just flats, that kind of rules out ace king to me. Okay, so at that point, then I was thinking, okay, if he's calling, he could likely have aces, kings, and an overpair. But I feel like, given my image and how I was playing so far, that hits me pretty hard. I can favor on most rivers if I don't hit.
Because you haven't done much bluffing that the table has seen to this point.
Right. I haven't played many hands. I think my EPIP was like 25 or something. And
so you're like the nit at this table. You're used to being the wild man. Do you think that hurt the way that you played?
Yes, 100%. Because any other games I play in, I'm always the person that Garrett buying in for the most and trying to be that bully. And this was the exact opposite. So, it's kind of like when a sports team, they go undefeated, they have no sweats throughout the whole season, and then they get to the one team that can, and they're like, oh, we haven't been in this position all year. I think I felt that way a little bit because I'm not used to playing short like that. I'm not used to having to not play deep with people that are much more skilled and richer than I am. So back to that point then. So when the river hits, I feel like he's not calling with ace-king on that turn. It just makes no sense. So he probably has a big overpair. So at the river, I think the only hand that he can call me with would be a set of aces. I feel like that's if he had pocket aces, he checks the turn, makes sense. The river, he's worried that I might have the straight. 8-9's right in my range with the 4-liner there. So I think that makes sense if he had aces like that. So I'm thinking the only hand here that he can call me with is pocket aces. But again, that's.
I mean, I can see your thinking.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, okay, well, I'm pretty confident here. Big bet's gonna get this done. The pot was just over 50. I bet 40. And
let's watch it.
Okay.
We can.
Okay.
Ryan, we're gonna play number 5.
I wasn't that nervous, and I really was confident. Like, okay, this makes sense. I feel like I'm gonna win this one. Yeah. All right. So, what happens?
So if this was Garrett, he just moved all in, right?
I don't know. Garrett probably would have bet smaller on the turn, which would have looked scarier to Dustin. Uh-oh. 35K?
You don't think, well, the thing is, you don't think Dustin has ace-king, do you, when he calls the turn?
No.
What do you think he has? Maybe jacks or something like that, right?
It's just really tough the way he played his hand. He probably would have bet jacks on the flop.
So he bet the flop.
Oh, Dustin bet the flop?
Yeah, he bet 5K on the flop. And then he called the turn. Just trying to think of what kind of hand DJ is putting Dustin on here.
Yeah, definitely not ace-king.
Unless it's exactly ace-king of diamonds.
Right.
This is pretty unlucky, I think, from Washburn. I don't think this bluff's going to work, but I think it would have. I think it would a lot of the time.
You win.
The other thing is, Washburn had all the equity. 2 live cards, open-end straight draw, plus a flush draw.
Oh, incredibly unlucky.
And not only did he break out, but he gave his opponent top pair, top quick pair.
Yeah, getting back to being results-oriented, I genuinely think that's a pretty good bluff. Your opponent's not supposed to have ace-king there.
No, I'm not mad at that at all. He's going to get the doom zoom, though. You know that.
The doom zoom.
He took it pretty well, but
cameraman will find you. No matter what.
He's got to be thinking about that one,
You know
right?
who's results-oriented? Our cameraman. You lose a big one, you get the doom zoom.
Hey, look at that. Ugh.
Get closer. Taking a shot.
Suspicious limp up front.
Kurt Ty in the chat says it best. Poker is brutal. It certainly can be.
You bluff up 50K in a hand for the first time ever, your opponent just hero calls you down.
That's a sick thing. You pointed out earlier, Washburn is a 2-5 player. Now, I know he plays bigger. He plays bigger Max Paid Monday and stuff. But you look at that and go, he just bluffed off.
50K.
That's for him, probably, I don't know, 5 months of poker?
It's, I don't know, but more.
Oh, man.
Some kind of brutal needles there at the end, huh?
Yeah. I commend both Tuckman and DJF are great commentators. And their commentary on the analysis of the hand was pretty spot on. They're both smart, obviously.
What about the number of buy-ins that was, right? Because it's true, though.
Yeah. But I think they're doing a good job because that's what they're supposed to do, to make it fun, make it entertaining. I think anyone that plays in the show should not be afraid to be able to take it. They're not lying, what they said. So it doesn't hurt my feelings, or it's not like, no, I would probably say the same thing because they're doing it in good fun, but they're on the show. So,
and I can speak firsthand. I was the cameraman that day, and I remember, I was worried because, you're my boy. You're in this game of like, let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be so fun. And then if you remember, right, I was late. And kind of as I was arriving, you were
busting.
Yeah. You were walking. You're like, I just busted, but you had a smile on your face. You were. I mean, really. I'm sure. Maybe sunk in 2 a.m. that night. Sure. Like, oh my God. But really, the experience meant a lot to you, right? Tell me about that.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a competitor. I like to win. It never is fun losing, especially in the biggest game you've ever played. And going into it, all these admirations, like, what if I catch set over set and get lucky off of Garrett and blah, blah, blah. So you have those dreams, like winning the lottery type of thing. Where like, I'm going to win. What if I win $500K here?
Right.
So what am I going to do? And of course, when you think like that, it kind of makes you excited, and then when it doesn't happen. But like I said, I knew going into it the worst case scenario. Regardless of losing the money, again, it was a win in life. I lost money-wise, but I think it was a win in life for the experience, for the exposure, the networking, the people, being able to be part of one of the biggest games Hustler Casino has ever ran. Like, just the opportunity to be there, I think I'm very grateful for. So, after, sure, I was disappointed in losing, but still felt like it was a win in life. So.
You were also lucky to have the greatest railbird you could possibly have. Shout out to your wife, who is so cool and was right there off the stage to intercept you after that. That's important though, right? That was,
Yeah, she comes up to me. She's like, oh, so you still got money to get us back to the airport, right? No, honey, we don't. Get your OnlyFans ready. Let's go. No, she's great.
She is great.
You're
a lucky man.
Soul. Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, she's an ICU nurse where we live in Ithaca, New York. So, of course, shout out to all the
So she's used to, you're going to the poker hospital. She knows how to handle this.
Check me in. Put the bracelet on. Let's go. Yeah. But she's very supportive of my poker endeavors, career, traveling. Obviously, I live in New York, so getting out here is not as easy. So
she travels with you often for poker things?
Yep, sometimes.
When it's big events and things?
It's not necessarily based on my event I'm doing. It's more based on her schedule, her availability.
ICU nurse. That's tough.
Yeah, so she works 3 days a week, so sometimes she can get like multiple days off. So it depends. So when she comes. And
let's look at a more positive hand. This hand to me is so impressive because I know you consider yourself a great table talker, right? You're good at it. And this hand to me is proof of that.
Great.
This is you against DK, okay? So Ryan, this is number 6. We're gonna play this, okay?
I'll say I do a lot of things just to try things sometimes, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
$1 million guaranteed, which is just absurd. The biggest ever in live poker history. Visit WPTglobal.com to sign up and use code YT81.
Ice cream, wow. Oh. Look at that, you got it all. Good deal.
And ice cream.
DK. Forgot about that.
Oh, DK, you're only playing when you're forced to play, I see. Jeez.
So I saw a lot of suggestions in
the hand. How can I resist?
Chat. Mick Foley, saw a bunch of other good ones. One that I didn't see is
DK's
a troll. Is DJF just
I see you donkly turn
trying
like
to send a
lot,
message that chat pros are trolls?
I might take a page out of your
Is that crazy? Is it open to interpretation?
I think that might be spot on, Raver.
Yeah.
Chat, what do you guys think? I think that's phenomenal.
I feel like that's
it's very low key, but I think it might be the answer.
I'm an idiot, but what costume is that?
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Here's a spot. We've got DJ Washburn with the flush, DK with the ace of clubs.
Good lord.
This is going to be fun.
Who brought this guy?
I was like, what is that
Who
shit?
brought this guy?
Like, wanna be like Spider-Man?
Washburn trying to bait DK to go all in here.
Wait, you really
Don't do it, DK.
I remember Robert Downey Jr., but I don't remember
Is this better for you then?
Yeah, that's better.
There. He has Spider-Man for you.
Yeah, I like that. That's better. No, I remember Robert Downey Jr., I just don't remember the face.
Was it a bad play for me to donk lead here, DK? Should I check to you?
Probably wasn't good.
Oh, he calls. I thought he was. Yeah.
Just a call here from DK, looking to bank the river, which he does not.
Well, that just counterfeited 7 deuce. That is good for the jack 4. Yes, please. That's good for the jack 4.
The pro move would be to check here. Let DK hang himself. You need to give him rope.
Let's try this.
28.
Instead, DJ Washburn goes for the hefty bet.
I figured out a tell for DJ Washburn. He puts the Spider-Man mask on and starts shooting webs when he has a big hand.
Well, he's definitely acting pretty animated right now.
I really don't. I might be too.
I do.
Who's Arthur Shelby? Can you tell me?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, we talked about it before. Remember?
Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. He doesn't have enough to raise here, so there's really no option.
They were saying it was really.
Which is why I almost, if DJ Washburn's going to bet, I almost like the idea of betting really small.
To induce a raise, yeah.
Because that's not going to happen now, because DK knows there's not enough behind. So I don't know if there's more value to be had.
I think he might be thinking about calling.
DK, maybe
I'm getting scared, Rosie. Oh, I don't like this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you help?
You show one, I show one.
I'll show one for $300, and you get to pick.
Do you rewatch the one?
One for $300?
Yeah,
That's why I don't
that's a
know
fair
if
deal, I
I
think.
like it as much.
I feel like that's a fair deal.
Getting max value out of DK.
Probably give you a lot of information.
It's just one of them.
How much is it?
I'm
3,000?
gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it and try and figure out which one.
I don't have 2,800, do I?
Oh, you do. In his right
I learned this
hand,
one from Eric Person
he has
last
3,000.
month when I played. He did this to Garrett.
I think you have a flush. Looks like
It's in the range. And do you hear how confident I'm speaking to? Which means that I must feel really good about my hand.
All right, all in.
No. Oh, no, DK.
Yeah, you definitely have. You definitely got something. Oh, that's a bad one for me. I guess your ace 4 would be my only hope, but it's probably not going to be that.
Oh, wow.
Oh. I was ready to just shit this one over.
Yeah.
And you got to hand it to Washburn's table talk because that got him there. The reverse tells. This guy is someone who considers himself a master of table talk, and he absolutely got
Did I pay you for
DK to blast off just like he wanted.
So I just thought that was fantastic, right? And you got him to do exactly what you wanted. So what are you thinking in that moment? Bring us back to that. You make that bet, right?
Sure.
And maybe it's just like I said in the commentary, it's maybe a little big to induce a raise. Mm-hmm. Were you thinking that was even an option? Were you thinking that if I could get him to go? I mean, you snap called the all in.
Yeah. No, I didn't think he had it, to be honest. I was very shocked when he raised there. And the other most shocking part of that clip might be, and I don't know if he was serious, that DGAF didn't know who Iron Man was. Was he just kidding? Or
no, I really think he's that much of a boomer.
My God, DGAF, when he didn't know who Iron Man was. Anyhow, with the shirt and the mask.
Yeah. So you switch to Spider-Man, you start shooting webs.
Because then he's like, oh, I know Spider-Man. So, perfect. Well, I've got the Spider-Man mask. And, yeah, we'll shoot webs. So
you know you're good at that point. When DK is waiting
tanking
there,
that long.
You know, because DK's never tanking that
long with it.
A better hand.
So yeah, unless he was just putting on like a special act for Max Payne, like he was working on this new script where he's gonna tank with the nuts like that, which would be good. But
which would be good. Yeah.
It would have been good, but that's not usually DK. So like with the table talk there, there's Max Payne Mondays in like regular games I play. Yeah, I'm very social. I like that. And when it comes to when you said I was a great table talk, well, am I great? Sometimes it works out. I mean, I talk a lot. Yeah. And a lot of times, does the direction where I'm going, I don't even know what it is. I'm just going to do it.
You just kind of flow with it.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it bites me.
It's not necessarily super planned. It's just in the moment.
go with it.
With the years of experience, kind of what, but I mean, it worked perfectly there, right? Because there's no way he shoves if you don't say anything.
I mean, maybe. Because some people, like, when they're, I don't like when people are like, oh, I checked and I got them to bluff. Like, they bluffed. Like, maybe you helped inspire it. So I don't know how much it was me talking that got him to do that. But, like, when it comes to the table talk, I would say that I'm very intentional, unintentional. So a lot of the stuff, the content of it is unintentional, but everything I'm doing is pretty intentional, if that makes sense. Like, I'm pretty aware of what I'm doing. And I've experimented many times, like I said. Sometimes.
And you're just kind of feeling in the moment that if you can insert yourself, he's more likely to blast right there.
And sometimes I confuse myself with what I'm saying, so I feel like that would confuse them. But then it all depends on how people perceive that. Because if someone don't know that, a lot of people will perceive that as, oh, they're talking they're strong, or they're talking they're weak. So that's why it can bite me.
It can go both ways.
Sometimes with certain people, I should have done like the opposite script or something like this. Tonight, though, when you watch today's Max Payne Monday, I'm impersonating someone, if this isn't a hint for you already of who that's going to be, someone that's pretty damn good at, I would say, a great table talker for sure. Eric Person, obviously, one of the best that we've seen. So I've got some good things lined up. Hopefully I'll get some good spots, but he is certainly an expert table talker and someone that, I've watched what he does and something I would like to do. Obviously in my comfort zone, the games that are not the IV game, I wasn't doing that in the IV game first.
Right.
It was more serious. It's more in line. I look like an idiot with those players probably if I tried to insert myself. So you gotta understand.
But would you though? Because do you think at the same time the fact that you're not doing that, you're not doing the thing that you always do at a poker table, it hurt you in that game? You weren't.
Correct.
You weren't the boss at the table, right? That's your role. You like to be the captain.
I was quiet. I had my sunglasses on. Yeah. No, you're definitely right. And that was part of the learning experience that I know for next time. That
try maybe be more vocal.
Exactly. Need to be me. But I feel like if I would have won some hands, if I would have got up and felt more comfortable at that game, then I could have been more talking.
Dude, you double up. You would have been looking good.
Correct. And then I could have started talking more with Eric and go.
It's also hard being in that game. Yeah. You're the only one at the table who's won by in deep, right?
Yeah, as far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Yeah.
And that in a game like that, they know they can. It's like smelling blood in the water, right? You almost feel 100%. That they understand that.
Oh, they knew. That's why early on the first hand I played where I 3-bet with like ace queen off, Eric Person, it was all diamonds and 10 high diamonds, and I had a queen of diamonds, and Person raised me, check raised me with jack 4 spades, but he just was banking on that I was scared, and he was right. But at a typical 2-5, 5-10 game, I'm probably going with that.
He had jack 4
of spades. It was 10-9, 3 diamonds. It was 10 high diamonds. And I was a 3-better. He opened up.
But he just sensed the weakness.
He knew.
He's like, this guy's not going to call it off.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I bet like 12K continuation bet in position on the flop. He check raised like 37. And I had 80 left.
Right, and this is probably the same kind of move that you would do when you sense some new guy at a 2-5 game who's betting and he's short, and you're like, well, I'm just going to push him all in because he's going to fold.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, so Ryan, let's switch to now another hand, one that I played, right? And you're going to remember this one because you had a piece of me in this game.
Yeah.
Right? This was fun. Ryan, this is number 2. We're going to play number 2.
It's the esports side of Counter-Strike, which is super viewable, right?
Right.
So, but it's contemporary, and a lot of the younger kids are playing it. So, feels like a lot of people have moved to the game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Bart. What's up, Bart? Bart commentated a couple marathons
1,220.
a little over a week ago during Super High Stakes Week.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. I said, don't fear the boys, just give it a cup. Oh. Okay.
And he's all for the slow rolls.
Beansy?
Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing.
How much? So it's 1,000 more. Look at that beard. Why didn't you just say that? Well, that's a big one.
Yeah. Why would she tell you if you don't know? Your job is to tell when you ask.
All right, these players are deep.
Don't worry.
Raver has been drinking. Beans flops the best hand with 7 deuce. Raver's got the gut shot. Lands a 1K chip.
Check's good.
Between him and Lauren. And Binks the turn.
Quick bet, quick bet.
Can Raver make the super call?
And so, yeah, it was a quick bet. I heard you said it's a quick bet.
Beans bet quick there, yeah.
He did bet quickly. And it really, you know, what I did that I thought was wrong in that hand is on the turn, I checked too quickly. And that's something that normally I don't like doing. I like to balance the timing on checks, right? Someone checks to me, I wait, even if I know I'm in a check, I'll wait 5 to 10 seconds, check.
And kind of the way you said it too.
Right, no, it felt weak. Looking at the video now, it felt weak.
Yeah, and
right?
I wish I could see how you normally check more often, but this sounded very genuine, like check, oh, like, yeah, well, definitely want to check. I want to check.
Right, no, oh yeah, checks, I think I said check's good.
Yeah.
Right, like that's, I mean, that's literally me thinking, oh yeah, I want to check this baby down.
Very happy.
Right, and that's, you can't do that. You know, when I used to play online poker, I had a spot in the timing thing. I would always wait to check because you just don't, that way if you're always checking after 5, 10 seconds, whatever it is, you're not giving information there. I think by checking so quickly, it induced this bet.
That's something like Gerry is phenomenal at.
Right. He balances the timing of those things, those actions. He's practiced them.
Yeah.
And so when this continues here, DJF's going to be talking, and you'll hear Beans say, do you have ace-K Raver? He says, do you have ace-king Raver? It's hard to hear because it's under DJF talking, so I just want to point that out because that ends up being the main thing that I'm thinking about.
And then doesn't he say like something like are you gonna, yeah,
later at the end, but right in the beginning, DJF's going to be talking, and you'll hear under him, Beans is going to say, do you have ace-king Raver? All right, Ryan, let's play the next clip. Number 3.
What would check call the flop, check the turn, and bomb the river?
Can you do that again? It's okay.
And will this table talk cost Beans?
I'm not sure I have a chance to win.
Raver's suspicious. This would be a great call with third pair. Only beat 7 deuce or missed clubs. But Beans made it 1,200 before the flop.
You had a 6. I just saw it. Yeah.
Why would I lie to you?
This will be impressive. Should Raver put the chips in? And you can't blame him for folding either. He's got a pretty weak bluff catcher here.
You're going to see it later anyway. If not now, later. Why would I lie? No, that's not what I do. People do that, but I don't do it.
And I like the line Beans is taking.
That's why I ask you, if you tell me the truth, I'll tell you.
Check call flop, check turn. Bomb the
I
river.
don't want to tell you, and then I won't tell you. I won't lie, I won't tell you.
Take the sip of water, exude strength.
Very rarely I'll do it. In a second. I'm not worried about what I have. It's fine. Next time it's all different.
Raver's not convinced.
My coach though. You asked me, who asked me earlier about
Throw the 3K in.
when people ask
Have a
me,
night.
People ask me nobody. I said, because my coach is the best.
It's Beans. The 7 deuce game's on. He made it 1,200 before the flop. And then check the flop.
Where's River? Where's River?
It's not where I live.
Right, in Anderson, right?
No, Summerlin.
Okay, I have the. Somebody sent it to me. Is there like a? Is there like a brown? Like a
Nice assist to whoever started talking to Beans.
Around it? I'll send you the picture.
I just remember seeing the tattoo.
There is something.
Hurry up, Raver, hurry up.
Yeah,
All right, I'm almost there.
In Anderson, Nevada, somebody sent me the years ago.
The clock is
Don't
ticking.
fold, Raver. Don't fold.
Mine.
Oh, okay.
But he does have to tweet
I call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, I know.
He said he won a lot in tournaments with it.
Oh, no way.
That's a sick call. That is not
everyone.
a good slow roll spot.
welcome.
With a 7 deuces 1 so far.
Wow. No, I went with
Damn it.
Everyone that had.
That was a very strong call.
Had you not talked, had you not said anything, I think you would have folded.
I don't know. I think
Right?
it's what?
Had he not
That definitely me. I mean, I don't know.
I think so. I think that's
Who knows? Deans, keep talking.
I think.
Nice call.
Nice call. Nice call.
Very nice call.
That's what he did. You know, I said that at the end. I said, no, Beans, keep talking.
Yeah.
And it's true because honestly, I was going to fold. At first, he said, "Do you have Ace King, Raver?" And for the first minute or two of that tank, I was thinking, why the F did he ask me that, right? And it just kind of goes back to those, Mike Caro stuff, all those basics of tells in poker. I was thinking, why is he asking if I have Ace King? That makes no sense. My hand should never be Ace King here. So he's trying to imply that he can beat that. But I wasn't sure. I still maybe folded, but then he starts asking, hey, can we get time? Hurry up, let's go. And they never have it when they're saying that, right? Like,
it was perfect.
They're
You
calling
read it.
clock.
Yeah, I'm just like, hurry up, Raver, what are you doing?
Yeah. They want the anxiety to end, right? That's what they really want when they're saying that. They're saying time, like, can we get clock? It's just, they want the anxiousness that they're feeling to end, and so they almost never have it. As soon as he said that, I'm like, all right, I know what that means.
Yep. So I think that was a phenomenal job by you. You put it all together, and I was watching. So to preface that, I actually had a piece of you.
You did. You had like 25%.
25%. So I'm just a fan of you in general, and I'm very confident in your abilities. So watching that, I was like, oh yes, let's go Raver. And then I was kind of thinking the same thing once Beans. I was trying to put myself in when I watched these, I tried to put myself in the position of the player, and I was thinking if I heard that, I'd be like, oh, that's especially coming from Beans.
Especially coming from Beans, right? Because he lets it out. He's not sending reverse tells.
Yeah.
He's just.
Yeah, but you had a great session. You won a lot.
Thank you. That was fun.
We won a lot on that one.
We did.
But you did it was a great job putting together every step of that hand. And maybe you should be down here more instead of up there.
Yeah, maybe.
You're playing like that. So that was very proud of you, very happy and impressed with the way you put that together and played that hand phenomenally, perfect, and that was great. So
yeah, it was nice. You got a little rebate when you got here for the 100K game. Remember?
Oh yeah. Well, that went away real quick, but I think it got me a nice
that was nice,
shrimp cocktail and a Diet Coke out there, and then boop, bye-bye.
I remember I felt so proud. I handed you all that cash, and then it was just gone.
Then it was, Raver, we need to do our
we need to do it again.
Our losing interview over here for getting stats. Let's set that up.
All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do, we have a special preview for the Chat Pros. This is something that I wanna do on all the future Monday pregame shows. We wanna give you kind of a look behind the scenes at what's going on at Hustler Casino Live. And so it's been a while since we released the Blef song, the trap remix of the Blef song, remember? And we have a new song coming up, and it's based on Wesley's famous overplay line against Garrett. And so Ryan, this is gonna be clip number 1. In the very beginning of the clip, I included the ending of that hand so you can see Wesley say his overplay line, and then we're fading it out, and we're gonna play for you for the premiere special for our superfan Chat Pros, the first 45 seconds of overplay, which will come out next week. It'll be in the new countdown. It's hype. So Ryan, this is number 1.
World premiere. Let's go.
Wesley went over 100,000.
I saw he has jacks. No, I don't have jacks. I figured how. It's an overplay.
What did he say?
I think so.
It's an overplay. More coaching.
It's an overplay. It's an overplay.
It's overplayed. 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 Hey, 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 hey. It's over.
Max value, max pain, never overplay. Max value, max pain, never.
It's over.
Max value, max pain, never overplay. Max value, max pain, never.
It's over.
Max value, max pain, never.
And there we go.
Woo! Straight fire,
It's
baby.
going to be fire. We've been working on that for like almost a half year. We have a music video that goes with it. It comes out next week.
All right.
This was the official preview. I hope that you guys like it.
You're gonna have to send me that track.
Oh,
so
I will
can
send you the
drop
track so
that
you
in
can
my-
do
in my sets.
No, it's fire.
Oh yeah, so I can drop
It's fire.
that. In case you didn't know, my name is not DJ. I'm an actual DJ.
Yeah.
So,
People confuse it. Does that kind of
Yeah.
annoy you sometimes? People
No.
like assume that your name is DJ.
No, first world problems. No, not at all. This is the title, DJ. Yeah.
No, tell me, you played a gig on Friday. How did that go?
I did, yeah. Well, it would have been better if I had that track to drop.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
I will get that too.
I was making my LA DJ debut Friday night. It was at Hermosa Beach, American Junkie, right on the pier.
That's a pretty big bar.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
2 spots. It's a great area.
Were you
there.
on
Had
the main
multiple.
stage?
I was on the side, the non-country side. So I'm not
Okay.
really sure which
okay.
one.
It's a country
On the
bar.
side.
That's right.
They were doing country on the other one,
Uh-huh.
and then but it was packed. It was filled with great energy, great excitement, lots of Bad Bunny requests. But it was fantastic, and then certainly the connections I made. I'll be having more LA DJ events in the future.
So the typical thing, so you have a very successful DJing business, right? You do a lot of weddings, a lot of big events and things like that. What do you, I mean, obviously this is a totally different type of gig doing a bar. That's got to be way more fun, right?
So there's merit to all, and I like in poker having good balance. Same thing with DJing.
You got to balance your range.
You got to balance the range to keep to stay fresh. Because if I just did weddings all the time, they have their merit. They pay more. They're our main thing. There's a lot of you can get real genuine connection, but it's not the same necessarily hype, excitement, energy, ratchetness of like a bar club. I started in the bar.
Did you just say ratchetness?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because if I have to go into a wedding, you're playing family stuff. You're playing your September, Earth, Wind and Fire, Uptown Funk, all these. But you can go in the club. Then you're playing trap remix. You're playing ratchet stuff that I started with in the clubs.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe, different feel. It's nice too being able to just show up to an event and not have to prep and spend 20 hours figuring out, well, how are we going to do this first dance montage into this and that, right? And so it's different. So I like having the balance to be able to do all these different types of events.
But they all have something in common. They need the hype man, right? Which is really what a good DJ is.
Yep, a good either hype person, an event host, someone to get a dance floor bumping, or all of the above. Oftentimes they're all of the above. So one thing I think with one of the strengths of me as a DJ and the other really good ones is they're not just one-dimensional. As in, some are just great turntablists. They can play a dance floor, they can play a festival, but they're not good on the mic. They're not good at improvising. They're not good at when you're out there with the wedding couple and their father, like making entertaining when you're doing a game or something, right?
Right.
So being able to have all that presence, being a good MC, being able to connect with people, being able to then turn up when it's time to turn up, or know when to pull back.
So what did you think, dude? So we've established your accolades and that you're an official DJ. What did you think of the little bit that you got to hear of Overplay?
I love it. I love the significance of it. It was high energy. It was a great drop, great build.
Yeah,
it really built up.
And then there's a second drop. It's sick.
Yeah. What was that, like a 70, 75 BPM in there? Did you run the first round?
Yeah. It's in that range. It's like because it's like a dubstep kind of
prime
range.
dubstep trap for DJs out there. You know, that's right there. I like it. I like the build, the excitement, and then the boom, that drop hit. Could they see us dancing while they were playing?
I don't know. I don't know if they could.
But we were
having fun.
I was ready for the CO2 cannons to go off and fireworks. So yeah, that was great. So I love it, and I love the left one you used to use.
And I hope you chat pros enjoyed it.
Before you go on, big shout out to you and the rest of the team here for all of, I don't know if everyone knows how much work you put into this and what it's like to put that song together, put all these other ones together, all the clips. That's not like easy work that is quick. I mean, you get good at it.
Thank you.
You do a phenomenal job with that. All the details that one of the reasons that makes Hustler so much better than every other poker stream is the attention to detail, the intro stuff, the personal connections with the Max Payne Monday intro videos, the little details you have with the visuals matching. For the Ivy game when you had the Back to the Future theme, like that was awesome. The outro stuff.
Thank you.
It's done at a top tier level, and so big credit to you, Ryan, all the
And
rest
shout
of the
out
production
to
team.
Aatmaj and Nathan, the other two invisible hands on the video team who have been doing phenomenal work. Absolutely phenomenal. Our video team has grown slowly, but I think we're going to be growing even more. We have a lot of stuff planned. We're going to be starting TikToks this next week. We're actually creating the TikTok. We've been working a lot, building different prototypes. Because, you know, obviously our TikToks have to be next level, right?
That's next level or next gen level,
next
right?
Gen,
I know the next gen boys
no,
are
those
crushing
guys
it.
are good, but we need something that is just an absolute differentiator. Because just like you see with all of the content we produce, the retro wave kind of style music we like, all those things, all those elements are going into it. We've actually spent a great deal of time developing those. We have several different prototypes, and then we kind of said, which one do we like best? We're going to work this one in and this one, and
wow, big stuff on the horizon, which is great.
Yeah.
And I think again, that's the main reason that I like. Well, one of the reasons I love Hustler and love coming here so much, and versus the other streams, is just that attention to detail. The AV, the production stuff. It's more than just a poker game, and I love what you and your team do.
Thank you. That's very nice.
With all the
And
visuals.
Aatmaj and Nathan, you guys rule. Chat, show some love for Aatmaj and Nathan. I'm going to have them rewatch this. Those guys have been working so hard, 40+ hour weeks. I mean, it's a lot of work. People don't realize sometimes the video production stuff is just a lot of work. Thank you, both of you.
So a good way the chat pros and viewers can help with that is just simply like every time you turn on the stream.
Yeah,
Hit the like
or
button.
become a chat pro. Become a chat pro.
Buy a bluff hat.
Buy a
these
bluff
little
hat.
things. Even if you don't want to spend money, yeah,
you know,
like, share it, be like, hey, anyone.
To the chat pros in general, I appreciate you guys so much. You truly are the core of our show, and it's just so meaningful to us. Everything that you guys do in the chat, talking to us, showing love, showing support, following the players, talking about the players. It's just, without you, there is no show, and you're just the best. We have the coolest community, and we look forward to, over the course of 2023, building the chat pros, building Hustler, and we just have incredible things in store. Ryan has some huge games planned. You guys would not believe the kind of games that Ryan has planned. It's unreal. We're already working on previews and trailers for different games. And anyways, thank you to all of you in chat. And thank you, by the way, for joining me here. This has just been, you were the perfect guest. We went through some hands. We went through the overplay song.
Talk music, poker, production,
life.
entertainment, life, all good stuff.
So how did you meet your wife?
Yeah.
How did you get so lucky to have such a cool wife?
It's really not that big of an amazing, surprising story. We met in a bar.
Oh, you met in a bar?
Right. Well, not back before.
And you're like, I'm a DJ. I'm better than this guy.
Well, it was the bar that I was managing and running. It's called Mooney's Bar. If you're in Ithaca, you know about that. So I'm an Ithaca College alum, as is she. And I was managing and running it. And people knew me. And then just one night we met, and she came in her junior year of college. I was out of college. I'm a few years older than her. And that's where the magic happened.
You're the
At
older
the ratchet,
guy.
sticky, smelly college bar. And here we are.
Ratchet has a lot of different meanings, I'm learning.
So much.
At first I thought it was just something that dumb Valley Girl said about this, but you're showing me that it has a lot more uses. Ratchet means hype, right?
Or
it
it
means
could be a little ghetto.
A little ghetto.
Like, booty shaking.
Yeah, Ratchet. Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion. Go watch a Megan Thee Stallion.
That is Ratchet.
That
Megan Thee Stallion is Ratchet. She personifies ratchetness.
She's the spirit animal of Ratchet.
She's the spirit animal of Ratchet. And you are the spirit animal of Max Payne Monday.
Thank you.
And I expect some big slow rolls today. okay? I'm going to be hyping you up. I'm going to be saying, look, this guy is the spirit animal of Max Payne Monday. He is Max Payne Monday. In fact, if not for you, basically having that slow roll that one time, there was back-to-back days where you played on the show, you had a nice slow roll, and DJF did, and that is truly what spawned Max Payne Monday. We're like, we could turn this into a show. We could have something where the vibe is all about that, and that's why, you know, you're the spirit animal, the father, the mother of Max Payne Monday, and we appreciate that. If DJF is the father, maybe you're the mother. I'm
his bitch.
Or you're his other girlfriend.
That's funny. Well, I
Side
appreciate
chick.
the kind words. Yeah, this is a great vibe, great atmosphere you guys have created, and certainly it allows us to do more than just play poker. So, to get to your point about the slow rolls, well, that'll depend on kind of the dealers, or well, not the dealers, the cards.
The cards.
Because you got to get the good situations.
You
to get
can't
a good
force it,
slow.
right?
You can't, right? And if it's a small pot, it's like top pair, second pair, it's not that good. But if you get a good setup, I will certainly be able to take advantage, hopefully, if that falls in my favor. So we will see.
All right, so how much time do we have left, Ryan? We have about 8 minutes.
Fantastic. Do people know that you have dabbled in DJing before? People don't know that about RaverPoker.
Well, okay, yeah, I have. And I do all the mixes for Hustler Casino Live. I layered the tracks. We also have a new intro song. You guys have been hearing the chorus to that song as the intro to this show, and I have been working layering that. We have all the mastered tracks and the stems. You've heard that. How is that track?
Fire.
That's fire. Huh?
Yeah. It's perfect for this vibe.
It is perfect for
the words, the delivery, the rapper you have on it. Like the execution is flawless, and the words, the story of it's perfect.
Yeah, the rapper is Neighborhood Nick, who is the artist of the original song. And so we kind of remixed, changed up the song. It's fire. That's coming next week. The Overplay song is coming next week. The new Countdown is coming next week. Nathan, Aatmaj, we have a lot of work this week. But I appreciate you guys, and we appreciate chat so much.
See, isn't it great how dynamic, how evolutionary you guys are? You keep mixing things up, like new intro video, new song, you're keeping it fresh, implementing this pregame show. Like, this is just great because it allows people to connect with the players or tell stories. People these days with social media, they love the behind the scenes stuff. They like seeing all the things here that before the cameras go live. So it's just a great idea.
I have to say, I know this is probably beating a dead horse, but it is Ryan Feldman is the greatest producer in this space you could ever ask for. He never sits on our laurels, right? It's always, no, we need to innovate. That's what he always says. No, we need to innovate. We need to innovate, right? He's calling me up at 2 in the morning. We need to do this. We need to innovate. We need to innovate. You know, he lives and breathes this show in a way that is so, when you work with someone like that, it's inspiring. It's also kind of annoying because he never stops. You know, he's just always going, but it's what makes the show so great. Honestly, you could take me out of the equation. You could take DJAF out of the equation. You could take any one of us out of the equation. You can't take Ryan Feldman or Nick Vertucci out of the equation, by the way. They have an amazing partnership, a yin and yang, so to say, but we are so thankful for all the work that Ryan Feldman does. So chat, show some love for Ryan Feldman, the creator, director, everything about this show is Feldman. And Vertucci too. A lot of times Vertucci's role gets overlooked because, you know, where Ryan is actively controlling the games, the players for this, we need to do this, we need to get a trailer for this, we need to create the pregame show. He's, the day-to-day operations are that. But the things like the WPT Global sponsorship right here.
The business stuff.
Vertucci, he's the one who's running the business side, and because of him, Ryan doesn't have to worry about that. He can put 110% of his time and effort into the games and doing all of this. And so it's
a great partnership.
Yeah, because I've been involved in a lot of partnerships in my life, and they say the only ship that won't sail is a partnership, right? And it's hard because you butt heads, you get in each other's lanes. These guys You know, they stay in each other's lanes. They trust each other to do their thing, and we're all very thankful.
So
for
how
that.
big of a raise is Raver getting now for that 90-second montage of
let's shoot it up here.
admiration for his bosses?
Yeah, I got to get my head out of their asses. This is it is enough. Yeah, okay. All right. Point taken.
No, that was fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go right into the Max Payne Monday countdown right after this. So we have about 30 minutes until the show starts. And then we'll see you at 5 o'clock. It's going to get hype. So we don't have one of these to open, though, do we?
We don't. No, no.
I should have told you, bring an extra one. Bring one for me. That's what you should have done.
Well, maybe at the end of the night, there'll be some extra.
There'll be an extra one.
We'll see. So tune in and see. We'll find
let's
out
talk about
what
the lineup for tonight. Let's talk about Ryan's putting up the graphic right now.
Okay.
So who are you most afraid of in this lineup? Tell me.
Probably myself. Afraid? There's no fear. I mean, that's such a cliche thing, but that's just being honest. I've played with a lot of these people so many times now. DJAF is always someone that I always clash with because we're always trying to be table captain. We always fight for highest VPIP in this, so it's just natural that we're gonna clash in many hands. And him and I have a lot of history now of some very light bets, some light raises. Last time I think I played on this show, I 5-bet shoved jammed with Queen Jack off, all in for like 10K that he folded. He was a little bit lighter. I think he had the best hand, but there's a history there. I've doubled him up multiple times. I've luffed off to him, punted
What
off
about
to him.
Jamie? Do you know about Jamie?
I don't know a lot about Jamie. So
you better be careful of Jamie.
Tell me about Jamie.
Jamie, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it for you, but Jamie.
She looks like a grinder. She plays.
She plays.
Skills, huh?
That's all I'm going to say. She plays poker.
I was going to say Shishimi and I have had a lot of history together too.
Mm-hmm.
We had this great Japanese barbecue dinner at one time. That was fantastic.
She is the master of those places.
Yeah, we met up there.
Yeah.
But poker-wise, her and I have clashed a lot, but she's not going to be here, unfortunately. I hope she's okay.
I hope, Best wishes to Sashimi, by the way. She's a little sick. We hope she's better for next week. Yep. She'll be back in the mix.
Poker Bunny, well, we'll see. Now that she's back, is she going to turn the gear up? Previously,
I think
she
so.
played a little snug, but maybe this time around, maybe the hormones that she's pregnant. Although, if I lose to her, I don't feel bad. She's got a child on the way, and, child care is expensive these days. So I wouldn't feel bad losing to Poker Bunny. Israeli Ron, finally our paths are going to cross at the poker table. We haven't got
You've never played with Ron?
We haven't got to play together live yet, so finally it's the time. Him and I have talked multiple times before, and I was always a fan of him, and anyone that can pave the way and make a name for yourself like he has, I have admiration for. So looking forward to that. And then, so definitely I know that I'll probably be in the most hands with Billy, DGAF.
I expect that. That's what everyone expects. You guys are going to be clashing. These are the two kind of alpha presences at a table, right? So if you take DJF out of the equation, you're table captain. You take you out of the equation, he's probably table captain. Yep. But then you have DK to worry about.
DK is
can never write off DK, ever.
He's in his own league. That's why he's the go, right? He's in his own league
the go.
You just don't know with him. He could do like that hand we watched earlier where he's just making this weird raise that makes no sense, or he's being DK. And if you watch the show, you know how crazy and how DK can be anywhere.
DK can be anywhere and have any hand. He's going to finish north at the Keating line. That is 70% VPIP. He's been hitting it for like 3 weeks in a row.
You know what is an interesting dynamic that happens is when you have someone like, if you're in a hand with DJF and DK. DK, when it makes a multi-way pot, adds a lot of variables because
it does.
It's just because his capabilities of calling.
The GTO goes out the window.
Yeah, this game, anyways. I don't usually ever play GTO anyhow. But
but especially when DK's in the hand, it just forget about it.
Correct. Like things you would normally do with people that are thinking on that line. It's just way different with DK because it just changes things. Yeah. I heard a sound.
All right. So Ryan is telling us to wrap it up. So thank you so much for joining us on the pregame show. Washburn, it has been such a pleasure, and good luck on the felt tonight.
Thank you.
Chat Pros, we'll be seeing you. Have a wonderful time. It's Max Payne Monday. Let's go.
Chat Pro, slow roll, never fold. Raise it up. Chat Pro, slow roll, never fold.
Raise it up. Chat Pro, slow
up. Raise it up. Chat Pro.